Working on my 2009 Chevy Cobalt, and today I'm going to be wiring in the fog lights. I installed this front bumper from a Chevy Cobalt LT or SS. It had factory fog lights in it, and I really like the look of that. So today I'm going to be wiring it in with as much factory wiring as I can get. I do have the entire wiring harness that I got when I got the bumper, and the only difference between a wiring harness for the Cobalts with the fog lights and the Cobalts without is a fog light connector, which is a purple and black wire, and the main wiring harness connector goes to the fuse box, and then the ground for the wiring harness is underneath the coolant overflow tank. And this is the connector that goes into the firewall for the passenger compartment. Connector for the windshield washer pump. And instead of doing this outside, I probably am going to be moving this inside. The car currently has 333,429 miles on it, and the temperature currently is 19 degrees outside, so it is freezing. So I'm actually going to move this inside the shop and show you how to wire your fog lights. Alright, one of the things I'm going to do in the near future is install factory power windows in this car. So like I said, the only difference in the cars with the fog lights and the cars without are the connectors for the fog lights. And that's purple and black on the driver's side and purple and black on the passenger side. And let me open up the wiring harness connector. And as you can see, purple and black both go into there, and then the two purples go into there, and I'll show you what that looks like on the I'll show you what that looks like. And I do have a fuse box from one of my parts cars, so I'll show you where all that goes and where it connects into the fuses. All right, let me get inside before I completely freeze to death. All right, now that I'm inside out of the cold, it is freezing outside. Here is a fuse box from one of my parts cars. Clearly, you don't have to remove the fuse box to wire in the fog lights, but all right, this is inside the car to actually remove the portion of the fuse box that the connector goes in the bottom of. You pull off these little clips. There's two on this side, on the passenger side, one on the driver's side, one on the back, and it just lifts up. Each of them has their own screw that you unscrew from the top. they're keyed to only go in one way, so you can't mess up by putting this one in the wrong spot. And then you screw this down and it holds it in. So I'm not sure how well you can see on camera, but they are labeled A, B, C, D, E, F. So you can see the two purple wires for the fog lamps go into C, and that's 1, 2, 3, 4 across. So to depin it, you just lift up on this little plastic piece right here and it just comes right out. Alright, I'm back outside in the freezing cold, and here is the factory wiring harness without fog lights. And you can see the ground goes underneath the coolant overflow tank, and the smaller ground goes right behind the washer filler neck. And then here is your front impact bar. So I completely depinned the wiring harness that had the factory fog lights in it, and this will be underneath your fuse box, and that's the power. And then one of the grounds goes behind the washer filler neck, and then for the driver's side ground, it goes underneath the coolant overflow tank. And you can see that that would go to the factory fog light on this side, and then it would follow it all the way over to the factory fog light on that side. So if you're wiring up factory fog lights on a 2009 or practically any Cobalt, the best thing to do is get as much of the original wiring harness as you can, and then add your own power and ground to the switch underneath the dash, the factory switch, as opposed to going through the fuse box, removing that, and replacing the harness. Alright, if you like this content, please like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.